Hey, Luke. Luke, thanks for jumping on the call today. I look forward to speaking to you personally as well. Hopefully, we could do that soon. We could connect. Welcome, everybody. This is John Jones with BAI. Looking forward to share with you some insights about marketing and building systems. I think it's a good conversation for entrepreneurs to have and to ponder about how you could take your business to the next level by being more systematic with your marketing efforts. Let's face it, I think you'd agree just about every entrepreneur and small business owner can probably improve in this particular area. Somebody once said, at its core, a fully functioning business is just a set of systems, right? A set of systems. I want to first just share with you as we're warming up here. Let's talk about what systems do. What's great about systems, you guys? Why is it that just about every business book ever written discusses the importance of developing, implementing, executing systems? Well, systems replace hope with intentional execution, right? And that's big for entrepreneurs. Systems can be repeated. Systems utilize resources that you already have. Systems tend to take consideration of the resources that you have and put together plans to optimize those resources that you have access to. Without systems, you kind of winging it on a daily basis and then hoping things work out. And then sometimes you get great results, but because the results didn't come from a system, it's difficult to replicate those results. Can you relate to that? Right? Systems are critically important. Systems can be managed for better efficiency and results. Once you have a system, now you could improve the system. We can't improve systems that we do not have. I want to share this with you. Systems are scalable. The most effective way to build a team or leverage someone else's time and talent is to plug them into a good system. So if you want to build a team, the best way to maximize your team is to plug them into a system. However, if you happen to be a one-woman or a one-man show, the same applies to you. If you want to improve your efficiency, it's about plugging yourself into good systems as well. You guys might recall a best-selling book called The E-Myth, and the E stands for entrepreneurial myth, and it's really a great book about how entrepreneurs can take control of their destiny by implementing good systems and grow their business. I mean, think about it, you guys. We're in the franchise industry. Why is it that franchises are far more likely to succeed than the average startup? The systems are in place is one of the main reasons, right? Because proven systems are in place, we get to plug in and execute, plug in and execute. Now, here's what I really want to submit to you is this, is that even though you might be a one-man, one-woman show, and you're a broker, coach, consultant role, these fundamentals of business, these fundamentals of efficiency absolutely apply to you. Don't think that you're different. Don't think that these laws and principles don't apply to you because you have the ability to, put leads into a pipeline and you know how to work your pipeline. And I got some great news. We've got some folks that are doing fantastic, despite the fact they don't really have really clear systems in place. Imagine what might happen when that takes place. And I think one of the reasons why I love this topic the most is because in my travels and working with business owners and entrepreneurs is one of the things that really tends to stress people and etch into the passion and the rewards and the fulfillment that can be achieved through entrepreneurship is the darn roller coaster income, right? And We've all seen that. We've all known people in this business and other businesses that are in that down slope of the roller coaster. And when you see their physiology, when you see their state of mind, you know, they're just not on fire like we know that they can be, like we know that you can be. And so I would say the most important reason why implementing a more systematical approach to your marketing is to eliminate that roller coaster, right? It's hard to plan for vacations when the income stream is up and down, right? It's hard to plan for other investments that you might want to do, right? Or things you might want to enjoy with your family when you don't have that anticipation of climbing revenue. So let's talk about getting more systematical about our marketing efforts. I mean, you all chose to invest in yourself as a business owner because you wanted control over your own destiny, because you wanted financial freedom. And I think you guys would agree, if you really look at it, systems equal freedom. Systems equal freedom. When it comes to tangible operations like making a hamburger or building a fence, I think we all kind of naturally gravitate towards systems, right? Because it's tangible. We're assembling something step by step. We create a recipe to deliver a particular tangible product. But when it comes to marketing, I have found that being systematical can be quite elusive because of the intangible, uncertain nature that goes hand in hand with marketing. But we still need to do it. So what I have found happens, and maybe think about this, maybe you've had this mindset yourself. I find that most of my clients, small business owners, brokers, consultants, and coaches, they tend to think about marketing in terms of methods, right? Methods. And there's a constant brainstorm. There's a constant kind of going through a list of just various different methods that are out there by which a client can be acquired, right? So I'm just going to list some of these for you. Online lead portals, of course, that's a method. Pay-per-click digital advertising, using Meta and search engine optimization to drive people to your website, social media, and all the things that are involved with that, direct mail, traditional things like radio and television, print advertising, perhaps in various different niche publications, professional referral sources, right? Email marketing and industry professionals, marketing to multi-unit investors, networking and events, right? So those are all just methods of marketing. Those are just methods. And each one of those methods can be built in with specific systems to help you achieve your growth goals and consistency. I always encourage my clients to work towards having multiple marketing systems in place simultaneously. And that can be quite difficult for the one person consultant business, right? But the fact is that just because you're a one woman, one man show, it does not release you from this fundamental. You want to have a diversified portfolio. You want to have multiple methods in place, and you want to have systems in place. And of course, the trick is, and I think you and I could probably get together and do some coaching and some collaboration and some planning together, is to find what are some of the methods that you are gravitating towards that you think have potential for you based upon the way you market, based upon your strengths. And then how can we take some of these methods and then convert them into systems, clear, specific, actionable, repetitive systems, so that we can be more systematical, more mechanical, and build that marketing machine that will keep your pipeline full as well as your heart full. And that's where our confidence and peace of mind really comes from, knowing that that pipeline is robust with great opportunities, because I know you guys are going to do a great job of consulting and coaching and leading people through this amazing process of selecting the right franchise, right? But keeping that pipeline full with great opportunities on purpose with the systems that you have built by design, that is where tremendous confidence comes from as an entrepreneur. And that's what I'd love for all of you to experience. And I just want to give you an example. I'm just going to do this as an example. I've been hearing it several times from some brokers lately that they've been talking about how maybe some portal leads haven't been delivering the way they have in the past, and now they're kind of looking to pivot. And of course, that's kind of the challenge when you're just doing one thing at a time, and then now you've got to pivot. You're kind of got to start from scratch with this new method and to unfold how it works for you. So that's why we really want to work towards having multiple systems in place that work within your time frame, what you're willing and able to do. And I'm just going to give you an example. I've heard people say this a lot to me lately. They say, John, I think there might be an opportunity for me to do some more local networking. I live in a growing area, a lot of franchises, a lot of businesses opening up. I think there could be an opportunity for me to start, doing some networking locally here. Great. That is a great idea. That's just the beginning of the conversation, you guys. We've got some work to do. We want to take that general idea and see if we can put some systems in place so that we can attack it and generate the consistency that we're looking for. I'm just going to give you an example. I'm not telling this is what you should do, but I'm just giving you an example of some of the work I've done with clients and how we really get detailed and systematic towards our approach, right? So let's say, for example, someone wants to get going with local networking and events, and we want to turn that into a system, okay? So step one, I would recommend the first thing we got to do is we got to identify if we're going to do events, if we're going to participate in events, let's spend some time researching and let's identify events that we are going to participate in at least 6 months out, and let's get them on our calendar, right? Just having this idea that you want to go try this one event, that's okay. That's a good idea, but that's just an idea. It's not a system, right? And ideas typically don't pay us a lot of money, right? Especially not consistently, right? It's systems that we can anticipate and rely on. So what we want to do is we work on events. We want to identify events that we think are aligned with what we're trying to accomplish and put those events on our calendar 6 months out, right? Next is I might identify there is a BNI networking group. There's several little chambers, they call them, I believe, in your marketplace, right? And you could go visit a couple of them and find some of the real proactive ones. And you might decide as part of your local networking system that you are going to participate in this particular BNI networking group that meets every Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the morning. And you're going to commit to that on your calendar. You're going to go to your calendar and block out Tuesdays, 7 o'clock, boom, for the whole year. It's a systematical plan, specific commitment to execute. And not only that, when you attend the BNI networking group, you've got some specifics ready to go so that when you go to the networking group, you're going to execute and you're going to be on point. For example, you're going to put together a 60-second elevator speech, right? You're going to have a general brochure that you're going to want to hand out to the other networkers at the events. The other networkers will also be put in your referral source database where they will receive articles, videos, and your newsletter about how to achieve financial freedom through franchising, right? So you've got all these steps that are in place to maximize this resource, this time, and this money spent to extract the referral opportunities from this particular deal. Then by text and email, you are going to send out your referral promotion incentives to your new contacts. Let them know that you're looking to help people find the right franchise for them, and that this is extremely rewarding. It's great for our community. If you can refer me somebody that might, meet some basic criteria to qualify for my consulting services, then I'll tell you what, just by sharing with me your contact, I got 2 free movie tickets to provide you as a thank you gift. And then also if we're able to get a transaction to actually take place and place somebody in a franchise, then I'm going to reward you with $1,000 transferred into your Zelle account. If those laws are okay in your state, that could be part of your system, right? So you're going to take this idea of BNI as a subset within the concept of local networking and events, and that's going to be part of your systematical approach. Participating in BNI, committing to the calendar, committing to the communication strategies, committing to the follow-up, right? Committing to the content that you're going to provide, and committing to the promotions and incentives that you're going to keep in front of the relationships that you create, right? Moving on, I'm going to go from there. Now I'm going to look at various different business expos and perhaps mixers that I might want to participate as a participant vendor, right? And again, you're going to go into the calendar, identify those events that you're going to participate in. And again, you want to have a specific plan and be systematical about how you participate in said events. You're going to know that at your booth, this is the marketing collateral that you're going to bring to the booth, right? This is the dialogue and the scripting you're going to have with passerbys, inviting them to learn more about how to achieve financial freedom through franchising, right? And you're going to ask them to see if they will meet some basic qualifications just based upon their verbal honesty, so to speak, if they are sincerely interested in learning about franchise opportunities, if they appear to possess some financial wherewithal to be able to engage in business ownership, and of course, just demonstrating some professional maturity of someone you might want to work with. And you invite them to an introductory call to discover and begin the process of exploring franchising with you, and put them into your calendar right then and there at the event, and ask them to accept the invitation that you just sent them to see if you could walk away from the event with several scheduled appointments, right? You may also add, you have a particular plan. Everybody who schedules an appointment with me, another incentive is, by the way, I'm going to enter you into a drawing. And all the people who go into the drawing tomorrow, I'm going to pull your cards out of the drawing, and the winner is going to receive this brand new Bose headset that is awesome quality. You're going to love it. If not yourself, your kids are going to love it for a gift as well. So I want to have some fun. I'm going to pull this name out of the fishbowl tomorrow live on my social media feed. So if you're able to do that, that'll be great, and have some fun. You can kind of take some marketing, social media content, and have some energy to promote yourself and your brand, and some excitement as to what you're doing, right? And of course, part of your system is also going to be to acquire a directory of all the other vendors, as well as all the other participants at the event. You're going to label that database, upload it into your nurturing database, and perhaps customize some automated workflows to communicate, right, and educate and invite these people to learn more about franchising and how it might be a great vehicle for them to take them to the financial and freedom goals that they have for themselves and their families. So all these elements are specified, written down, systematical. As you can see, we're attacking this with tremendous specificity and preparation so that we have a system in place. And I'll share with you what's awesome about getting vested in developing a system is you have vested into it, and so now you just feel like you got to work it, right? It's going to lead to more intentional, purposeful, energetic action because you've laid the groundwork. And so all you have to do is just take the action and execute the system. We might want to make your system even more robust. I'm going to add another component to this local networking system that I'm building, right? And you might say, I'm going to build some specific referral sources. I'm going to network with other successful franchisees in my local community, and I'm going to do it on purpose. So what I'm going to do is this. On August, I'm going to reach out and contact and set a goal of developing a relationship with 5 franchisee owners in the automotive services, for example. In September, I'm going to set a goal to reach 5 home remodeling franchisee owners. In October, I'm going to identify 5 owners in the health and wellness space. I'm going to specifically reach out to these people, ask them what they attribute their success to as franchisees, tell them about your mission of helping other people experience the benefits of franchising as they have experienced, right? Ask each one of them if they'd be willing to go have some coffee with you, on you, of course, and you'd love to pick their brain about what they have found to be important in selecting a really good franchise model based upon their experience, and ask them what their next venture might look like, and invite them to see if they might be willing to explore the opportunities with you, and that you know of some brands that come to mind that meet the criteria that they have shared with you. And of course, reaching out to them to see if they have referral opportunities as well. So you get the idea. I'm just kind of trying to ramble some information at you just so you can kind of wrap your mind around some of the detail. And hopefully you can see a gap between what your plan looks like right now and how I've kind of verbalized what a plan might look like. 90% of the time, most entrepreneurs typically don't have that kind of specificity in how they're going to extract opportunities from a particular method of marketing. They typically don't have that kind of a systematical approach. And if you could just take whatever you're doing currently and make it more systematical, and then identify a couple other marketing methods that you feel could be of interest to you and a good fit for you based upon the way you want to go about business, and we can create some more systems, and that's just going to take your business to another level. And I know, get excited, because some of you are having tremendous success without being systematical. Think about what you might be able to accomplish once you really start building that marketing machine. I think, let's face it, guys, we have marketing companies, right? These are marketing companies. That's really what this is about. And a marketing system really is not about nuts and bolts and technologies and going down an assembly line. Marketing systems usually come down to clarifying the what, the who, the when, right? What is the communication strategy that's going to take place, right? What are the marketing materials that are going to be leveraged and utilized? What incentives and promotions, if any, are going to be offered, right? What is my follow-up procedure going to be? And of course, what might be the financial investment necessary to be able to execute this system the way I want to do it. I love this quote from a man named Zig Ziglar. He says, "Are you a wandering generality or a meaningful specific?" Right? So do a little checkup from the neck up when it comes to your marketing plan right now, you guys. Does your marketing plan need a little bit more specificity? Does it need to be a little bit more robust? Does it need to be a little bit more diverse, where you are generating opportunities from a few or multiple different marketing methods so you can maintain consistency and eliminate the roller coaster flow of leads and, of course, income that comes with that? I think most people do. And that's something I'd love to work with you guys on. If you guys want to schedule a coaching call and we just talk about building a better marketing plan. Right? Take the marketing plan you have currently and let's see if we can make it more clear. Let's see if we can make it more specific. Let's see if we can make it more systematical. Let's see if we can put something in place that you get excited about, such that you will just execute on it and can't wait to see what it's going to deliver for you. Right? If we can create that together, that would be awesome. I look forward to having those conversations with you guys. You know, my dream is that all of us here at BAI and our partners can really start to eliminate that roller coaster, that uncertainty, those feelings of hope, and, you know, kind of where we're just hoping circumstances somehow get aligned. We can get control of this business and systematically achieve results on purpose. Boy, that's where confidence really comes into play. And then what happens is your conversion rates start getting even better because you're coming from a place of abundance, right? That's the value of those full pipelines, you guys. Full pipelines equal full hearts, and full pipelines and full hearts are unstoppable. Thank you guys for jumping on the call today. Love to get with you guys one-on-one and talk about how we can make your marketing efforts a little bit more systematical and consistent and effective. Thank you guys for jumping on the call.